Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial-free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111911. It's the craziest thing, man. I have a canker sore. I mean, a canker sore since I was a kid.
Is that on the inside of your mouth? Is that like on your cheek?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Mine is like kind of cheek, kind of bottom of the mouth, like in between. Like if you go straight down from like the corner of my mouth.
Is it white?
It's right there.
Or is it dark?
No, it's like craterous. So it's got like it's an open sore.
Ugh.
When I used to get them really bad as a kid, and I used to put this stuff called alum in my mouth, and it would like dry it up, and it was like some mineral. It wasn't like a holistic thing. I mean, it was just the only treatment that you had. I know they have Oragel and stuff like that. I should probably get some of that.
Yeah, we get weird sores on our mouth. I don't know, it was like 4 years ago. I had like a blood blister looking thing on the inside of my cheek on the left side, right in between about where the teeth come together.
That's how this one started out.
And it was just like this red bump, and I happened to be going to the dentist, and I said, "Hey, look at this." He goes, he says, "That's nothing." And I'm like, "Well, don't tell me it's nothing.
Not to you.
You're a trained professional. Tell me what that is. Is it cancer?" He goes, "It's not cancer. It's nothing." He goes, "Don't worry about it. I bet it's gone tomorrow." It was gone the next day. I'm like, "Oh, all right." Well,
I guess he knows what he's talking about.
It's funny because
or he eliminated the threat.
Sometimes in the corner of my mouth, I get a little like it looks like a blister. Well, it is kind of a blister or a canker sore, but it's not. What's the one that is herpes? A cold sore. It's not a cold sore. It's a canker sore, and a canker sore is not herpes.
No, cold sores are herpes.
Cold sores are herpes.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get them, and I don't know. It's just like a little bump, and then it goes away. It's usually there a couple of days. And I think it's kind of like a pimple, to be honest with you.
It could be worse. We could be getting measles. It's back in the news, Jeremy.
Oh, God.
So
every 3
3
weeks, it's back in the news.
I want to apologize, okay? Because the last time it came up in the news, I made a big deal out of it.
You did.
Because it is listed as in doomsday news reports.
CNN is fake news. Don't talk to me.
It is listed as the world's most infectious disease. But then I started thinking about it, and like our generation, we were newly exposed to the measles vaccine, but there were still kids that were getting measles when we were kids. And chickenpox, forget about it. Chickenpox, like that's not a thing anymore because they get vaccinated for chickenpox. But we used to have parties, and they used to have measles parties when we were kids. And they were like, okay, make sure that, Tommy's got measles.
No, they had chickenpox parties, not measles.
Well, no, they had chickenpox parties, but the measles was right before that. And then they would get like lots of people infected. And once you were infected with measles,
no, I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's right. Are you sure about the measles?
No, it is.
I never heard about that.
Right.
We all were vaccinated when we were kids against the measles.
See, I was not. We came along around the time that the measles vaccine. Let's see, when was the measles vaccine?
I want to say there was
mainstream?
2 different shots I got within a year, and that was to prevent the measles.
But people, yes, it is a.
But I don't know. It's pretty young, so I don't know.
Extremely infectious disease. It's the world's most infectious disease. But how damaging is it? You know, that's like me talking about my canker sore. I'm like, oh man, I got a canker sore.
Measles is
like,
more deadly.
Daily Mail.
Canker sores aren't deadly. Measles can be deadly.
Yes, but not to kids, right? I mean, like you have to have like conditions and all that stuff. It's like COVID, right? You got to have all these, underlying conditions, and some would argue that COVID is not even a thing. Invented. Let's see when this was invented, because I'm pretty sure I did not have a measles vaccine. Oh, maybe I did. 1963. But there are people listening that did not get measles vaccines. Apparently I did. I only had to go to the chickenpox party. I didn't have to go to the measles party. But if I was born 12 years earlier, I would have been going to a measles party. But people used to get these measles all the time, and they used to have the parties, and they used to infect all their kids. At 805-543-3693. Was this a thing, or is this something I'm getting confused with chickenpox? I don't know. But prior to 1963, these guys were doing it. Then we go on as a society, in a first world society, as not getting measles, and then people come from other countries and visit the United States, and they bring their measles with them, and then we all freak out. But should we be freaking out about it? Because it's relatively easy to get over, right?
Well, according to the Mayo Clinic, if you get it, you get a fever, you get a cough, you get a sore throat, runny nose, you get some little red spots, and it should last 2 to 3 days, and it's gone. I thought the measles was worse.
Well, I think it's worse if you have like an underlying condition like cancer and you get measles, then that's a problem.
Chickenpox parties are far less common. Did you have your kids in a chickenpox party?
No, because they got vaccinated.
Oh, because you.
Yeah. By the way, I do believe in that vaccine. Okay, the one that's proven and tested. Yes, I do believe in that one. The other ones, I don't.
Just pick and choose your vaccines.
For all you people out there that are like, oh, you're an anti-vax. Well,
yeah. According to the Mayo Clinic, most people survive measles, but it can cause serious illness with potential complications. It's best to get vaccinated for it.
But 2 people were tested positive that arrived at Dulles Airport in Washington D.C. And now listen to this. Where was the shock and awe? What did I do with the article? Hold on a second here. I gotta find the article.
Well, this is just the news.
problem.
Everything is just so exaggerated now. It's just,
here we go.
You have to kind of know that going into paying attention to the news.
Yeah, but I mean, it's irresponsible. Like right here, outbreak fears at Washington Dulles Airport as more travelers test positive for world's most infectious disease. Yeah. It's like, what's the world's most infectious disease? And they're like, is measles. And they're like, oh, prior to 1963, we used to have parties for that kind of stuff. What are you talking about?
CNN is fake news. Don't talk to me.
Come on. People freak out, man. We used to get, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's a great saying. I'm a big believer in that. We've gotten soft as a country, as a society. We're like, oh, we can't get the measles. Measles might kill us. No, back before 1963, people didn't think, oh, you got the measles, it's going to kill you. People were just like, oh yeah, Tommy's got the measles. He's going to be out 3 or 4 days. He'll be back after that.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111 911.